Good evening, champions. 2025 is here, and I need you to feel this in your bones. This is your year. The year you stop talking about it, stop dreaming about it, and start being about it. This is the year you turn your vision into victory. Listen to me, everyone has a vision. Everyone has something they've whispered to themselves late at night. I'm going to make it big. I'm going to break through. I'm going to be great, but here's the truth, vision is only the beginning. It's the easy part. Victory, that's where the real work begins. You want success? It's not about luck. It's not about waiting for the right moment. Success is about discipline, commitment, and grit. It's about waking up every single day and putting in the work, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. Let me tell you something about this year. It doesn't care about your excuses. 2025 isn't going to stop and wait for you to catch up. It's moving forward with or without you. So the question is, are you going to step up? The path from vision to victory starts with ownership. Stop blaming the economy. Stop blaming your circumstances. Stop blaming other people. Everything you need to win is already inside you. It's your time to own your journey. Next, you got to focus. In 2025, distractions are everywhere, your phone, social media, endless noise. But champions lock in, they know what they want, and they don't let anything pull them off course. Your dream is too important to let TikTok or Netflix steal your time. And finally, execution. Dreams without action are dead weight. You got to show up day in and day out and make things happen. Small steps, big steps, it doesn't matter. Just move. Progress isn't always pretty, but it's powerful. I know some of you are sitting here thinking, but I've tried before and I failed. Let me be real with you. Failure is part of the process. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. But hear me on this, failure is not the opposite of success. It's the price of admission. You pay that price, you learn, and you keep going. The difference between a dreamer and a doer, the doer keeps pushing when it's hard. They don't stop when they're tired, they stop when they're done. So as we step into 2025, I want you to make a decision right now, not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Decide that this year is going to be different. Decide that you're done with excuses. Decide that you're going all in on your vision. And when it gets tough, and trust me, you will remember this, you're stronger than your struggles, you're bigger than your obstacles. You were built for victory. Dream big, work hard, and don't stop until the vision you see in your mind is the life you're living in reality. This is your year. Make it count. Let's go. Vision without action is dead weight. It's a harsh truth that many people don't want to face, but it's the foundation of real success. You see, having a vision is powerful. It's the spark that ignites the fire. It's the reason you wake up and dream bigger than your circumstances. But if all you ever do is hold on to the vision, talk about it, or imagine it, you're carrying around weight that doesn't move you forward. Too many people live their lives stuck in the idea phase. They talk endlessly about what they're going to do, who they're going to become, and all the amazing things they'll achieve one day. But that's all it is, talk. They convince themselves that planning is progress, that dreaming is doing, and that one day when the time is right, they'll finally make it happen. But here's the reality, the perfect time will never come. Waiting for ideal circumstances is just another excuse to stay stagnant. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't the quality of the vision, it's the execution of it. Vision without action is like owning a luxury car with no gas in the tank. It might look good from the outside, but it's not going anywhere. Action is the fuel. It's the energy that propels you toward your goals, even when the road is tough and the destination feels far away. Action is messy. It's not glamorous or perfect. When you start moving toward your vision, you'll stumble. You'll make mistakes. You'll second guess yourself. That's part of the process. But every step forward, no matter how small or imperfect, is progress. Action turns dreams into reality, not because it's easy, but because it creates momentum. And momentum is everything. When you start taking action, even the tiniest steps compound over time. One phone call, one email, one workout, one page written, each action, no matter how small, moves you closer to your vision. But here's the key: consistency is non-negotiable. Sporadic action won't cut it. You can't go all in one week and disappear the next. Success demands showing up every single day, even when you're tired, discouraged, or tempted to quit. Taking action also requires courage. A lot of people hesitate because they're afraid of failing, afraid of judgment, afraid of stepping into the unknown. Fear is a natural response, but it's also a liar. Fear will tell you to stay where it's comfortable, where it's safe. But comfort is the enemy of growth. If you want to turn your vision into victory, you have to move through the fear, not around it. You have to remind yourself that the cost of inaction is far greater than the risk of taking the leap. Vision without action also breeds frustration. You start to feel the weight of your potential, the constant pull of knowing you're capable of more but aren't living up to it. That frustration doesn't go away until you start doing something about it. Action is what releases you from the cycle of dreaming without achieving. It's what gives you the satisfaction of progress, the confidence that comes from seeing your hard work pay off. Taking action also forces clarity. A lot of people spend so much time perfecting their plans and waiting for all the answers before they start. But action teaches you what planning never can. It reveals what works and what doesn't. It sharpens your vision as you go. You don't need to see the whole path before you begin. Just start. The clarity you're searching for will come through the doing, not the thinking. There's also an energy that comes with action, a sense of purpose and momentum that fuels your spirit. The more you do, the more capable you feel. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build through consistent effort. Every time you take action, you prove to yourself that you're capable of doing hard things, of stepping up and moving forward, even when it's challenging. It's important to understand that action doesn't have to be perfect to be effective. Too often, people get stuck in the trap of waiting for everything to align perfectly. They think they need to have all the answers, all the resources, or all the skills before they start. But that's not how success works. Progress is messy. It's full of trial and error. But those who succeed understand that messy progress is better than no progress at all. The process of taking action also separates the dreamers from the doers. Dreamers stay in their comfort zones, content with their someday mindset. Doers step into the arena. They understand that action is a muscle, and like any muscle, it gets stronger with use. The more you take action, the easier it becomes. What once felt overwhelming or impossible starts to feel natural and manageable. Action also creates opportunities. When you move toward your vision, doors open that you didn't even know existed. You meet people, learn skills, and discover resources that would have remained hidden if you'd stayed still. The universe responds to movement. When you show up and do the work, opportunities find their way to you not because of luck, but because of your willingness to act. Every action you take builds a foundation for your future. It's like laying bricks for a house. At first, it might not look like much. It might feel slow, tedious, or even insignificant. But brick by brick, you're creating something solid, something real. And one day you'll step back and realize that the vision you've been carrying in your mind has become the reality you're standing in. But none of that happens without action. You can't think your way to success. You can't dream your way there. You have to work for it. And that work isn't always glamorous or fun. It's early mornings, late nights, and sacrifices. It's choosing discipline over distraction, progress over procrastination. But every ounce of effort you put in is worth it because it moves you closer to the life you want. Vision without action is also a disservice to yourself. If you have a dream, it's because you were meant to pursue it. Holding on to that vision without taking action is like holding back a part of who you are. It's denying yourself the chance to grow, to learn, to become the person you're capable of being. Action is the bridge that connects who you are now to who you're meant to be. When you think about the people you admire, the ones who have achieved greatness, understand this: they weren't born special. They didn't have some secret advantage that you don't have. What they did have was the courage to take action. They felt the fear, the doubt, and the uncertainty just like you do. But they didn't let those feelings stop them. They acted anyway. The truth is, every action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. It's a declaration that you're serious about your vision, that you're willing to do what it takes to make it a reality. And over time, those actions add up. They create habits, routines, and results. They transform you from someone with a dream into someone living that dream. Own your journey, no excuses, no blame. If there's one truth that separates those who rise from those who stay stuck, it's this: your life is your responsibility. Every choice you make, every action you take, every step forward or backward, it's all on you. It doesn't matter where you came from, what you've been through, or how hard the road has been. What matters is what you're willing to do about it. Too often, people get caught up in blaming others for where they are in life. They point fingers at their parents, their upbringing, the economy, or the people who didn't believe in them. But here's the hard truth: blaming doesn't change anything. It might feel good in the moment, but it keeps you stuck. It keeps you locked in a cycle of frustration and powerlessness. When you blame others, you give away your power. You're essentially saying that someone else controls your destiny. And if someone else is in control, how can you ever hope to change your circumstances? Taking ownership means stepping up and saying, this is my life, and I'm in charge of what happens next. It means letting go of the excuses, no matter how valid they may seem. It means refusing to let your past define your future. Yes, life is unfair sometimes. Yes, obstacles are real and challenges can feel overwhelming. But the moment you decide to take ownership, you shift the narrative. You stop being a victim and start being a creator. Ownership is about accountability. It's about looking in the mirror and being honest with yourself. Are you really doing everything you can to reach your goals? Or are you holding back? Are you putting in the work? Or are you waiting for someone else to do it for you? It's not an easy question to ask, but it's necessary. The sooner you take responsibility for your actions or lack thereof, the sooner you can start making progress. Excuses are like chains. They hold you back from what you're capable of. When you tell yourself, I don't have enough time, or I don't have the resources, you're building a wall between yourself and your goals. But time and resources aren't the problem. The problem is the mindset that allows those excuses to exist. There's always time if you prioritize. There are always resources if you get creative. The question isn't whether the opportunity exists, the question is whether you're willing to find it. Blaming others is another trap that keeps people stuck. It's easy to look at your circumstances and say, I'm here because of what they did to me, but every time you do that, you're giving someone else the power to control your life. No one else is responsible for your success. No one else is going to hand you the life you want. It's up to you to go out and get it. Owning your journey also means taking responsibility for your mistakes. Nobody's perfect. We all mess up. We all make bad decisions. But the key is to own those mistakes and learn from them. When you try to avoid responsibility, you miss out on the lessons that failure has to offer. Taking ownership means saying, yes, I messed up, but I'm going to fix it. It means turning setbacks into stepping stones. This level of ownership isn't just about taking responsibility for the bad, it's about owning your wins too. Too many people downplay their achievements or refuse to celebrate their progress. They think it's not enough. Well, I still have so far to go. But owning your journey means recognizing how far you've already come. It means giving yourself credit for the hard work you've put in and the battles you fought to get here. Owning your journey also requires a shift in perspective. It's easy to get caught up in comparing yourself to others, thinking they have it easier, or why can't I have what they have, but comparison is a thief. It steals your joy, your focus, and your energy. Your journey is yours and yours alone. No one else has walked in your shoes. No one else knows the struggles you face. And no one else is responsible for the choices you make moving forward. When you take ownership, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting for permission to pursue your dreams. You stop looking for validation from others. You start living life on your terms. That doesn't mean the road will be easy. It doesn't mean there won't be challenges, but it does mean you'll face those challenges with a sense of purpose and determination. Ownership is also about consistency. It's not enough to take responsibility for a day or a week and then slip back into old habits. True ownership means committing to the process every single day. It means showing up even when you don't feel like it. It means doing the work, even when it's hard, boring, or uncomfortable. Consistency builds character, and character is what carries you through when motivation fades. When you own your journey, you start to see obstacles differently. Instead of viewing them as roadblocks, you see them as opportunities to grow. Every challenge becomes a chance to prove to yourself just how strong and capable you are. You stop running from the hard stuff and start embracing it, knowing that it's shaping you into the person you're meant to be. Taking ownership also means taking control of your mindset. Your thoughts have power. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that the odds are stacked against you, or that success is out of reach, you'll start to believe it. But when you take ownership, you flip the script. You start feeding your mind with thoughts of possibility and determination. You remind yourself that you're in control of your destiny no matter what life throws at you. Another critical part of owning your journey is surrounding yourself with the right people. You can't do it alone, but you also can't let negative influences derail you. Ownership means being intentional about who you let into your life. It means seeking out mentors, friends, and allies who challenge you to be better, who hold you accountable, and who believe in your vision as much as you do. Owning your journey is an act of courage. It's not easy to admit that your success or lack thereof is entirely in your hands. It's not easy to take responsibility for the choices you've made or the actions you've avoided. But courage is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's what allows you to step into your power and take control of your life. When you commit to ownership, you become unstoppable. You stop waiting for the right circumstances, the right opportunities, or the right people to show up. You realize that everything you need to succeed is already within you. You become the driver of your own destiny, the author of your own story, and the creator of your own future. Focus fiercely, eliminate distractions. In today's world, focus has become one of the rarest and most valuable assets you can possess. Everywhere you turn, something is vying for your attention: notifications, emails, social media, endless streams of information. It's a constant battle to stay present and keep your eyes on what truly matters. The truth is, distractions aren't just stealing your time, they're stealing your time, they're stealing your potential. Every moment you spend on something that doesn't align with your goals is a moment you'll never get back. If you want to achieve greatness, you have to guard your focus like your life depends on it. Distractions aren't just external, they're internal too. It's easy to get caught up in overthinking, doubting yourself, or chasing too many ideas at once. You tell yourself you're being productive, but in reality, you're spreading yourself so thin that nothing gets the attention it deserves. Focus means saying no to everything that doesn't serve your vision. It's about narrowing your energy to the things that truly matter and cutting out the rest. Focusing fiercely requires clarity. You can't stay focused on a goal you haven't defined. A vague dream isn't enough. You need to know exactly what you're working toward and why it matters to you. Without that clarity, distractions will pull you in every direction, and you'll find yourself stuck in the same place year after year. When you have a clear goal, your focus becomes a weapon. It's like a magnifying glass under the sun. When all the energy is concentrated in one spot, it ignites a fire. Focus also demands discipline. There's no shortcut here. Distractions are tempting because they're easy. They offer instant gratification: a quick scroll through social media, a funny video, or a meaningless conversation. But every time you give in to those distractions, you're delaying your progress. Discipline is about choosing what you want most over what you want now. It's about recognizing that every distraction has a cost, and that cost is your time, energy, and potential. One of the most important steps in maintaining focus is eliminating unnecessary noise. That means being ruthless about your environment. If your phone is constantly buzzing with notifications, turn them off. If you're surrounded by people who drain your energy or pull you away from your goals, set boundaries, create a space that supports your focus and allows you to work without interruptions. Focusing fiercely also means mastering the art of saying no. It's hard, especially when the distractions come in the form of opportunities or obligations that seem important. But every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're saying no to something that does. It's not about being selfish, it's about being strategic. You only have so much time and energy, and you need to invest it wisely. When you focus, you'll notice something incredible happens. You start to build momentum. Momentum is powerful. It's what turns small, consistent actions into massive results. But momentum can only grow when you're focused. If you keep stopping and starting, switching tasks, or chasing every new idea, you'll never gain the traction you need to succeed. Focus is the key to creating that forward motion and sustaining it over time. Focus also helps you work smarter, not harder. When you're fully present and engaged, you can accomplish more in a few focused hours than you can in an entire day of multitasking. Multitasking is a myth. It gives you the illusion of productivity, but it scatters your energy and reduces the quality of your work. Real productivity comes from deep focus, immersing yourself in a single task and giving it your full attention. Focusing fiercely doesn't mean you'll never face distractions. They'll always be there testing your resolve. But when you commit to focus, you learn how to handle them. You recognize when you're being pulled off track and you make a conscious choice to refocus. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. One of the most common distractions is the fear of missing out. You see other people chasing opportunities, building projects, or achieving milestones, and you feel the urge to do the same. But focus means trusting your path. It means understanding that you can't do everything, and that's okay. What matters is doing the right things, the things that align with your vision and move you closer to your goals. Another major distraction is doubt. When things get hard, it's easy to question yourself. You start to wonder if you're on the right path or if you're capable of succeeding. Doubt can be paralyzing, but focus helps you push through it. When you're locked in on your goals, you don't have time to entertain those negative thoughts. You stay focused on the work, trusting that the results will follow. Focusing fiercely also means being patient. In a world that celebrates quick wins and instant success, patience can feel like a weakness. But the truth is, greatness takes time. Focus requires you to stay committed even when the progress is slow, even when the results aren't immediately visible. It's about playing the long game and trusting the process. When you focus, you start to see opportunities that you would have missed if you were distracted. You notice the details, the connections, and the patterns that others overlook. Focus sharpens your mind and enhances your creativity. It allows you to solve problems, make better decisions, and seize the moments that matter most. Focus also builds confidence. Every time you stay committed to your goals and resist the pull of distractions, you prove to yourself that you're capable of staying the course. Confidence isn't something that just appears. It's built through consistent focus and effort. The more you focus, the stronger that confidence becomes. Eliminating distractions isn't just about what you remove. It's about what you replace them with. When you take distractions out of your life, you create space for the things that truly matter. You invest your time in meaningful work, meaningful relationships, and meaningful growth. You start to feel a sense of purpose and fulfillment that distractions could never provide. Focusing fiercely also means staying flexible. Sometimes distractions disguise themselves as opportunities. They pull you off track by promising quick wins or easier paths. But focus helps you stay grounded. It allows you to evaluate each opportunity and decide whether it aligns with your long-term vision. It's not about saying no to everything. It's about saying yes to the right thing. When you focus, you become unstoppable. Distractions lose their power over you because you've trained yourself to stay locked in on your goals. You've built the discipline to prioritize what truly matters and let go of the rest. And as you move forward with focus, you start to achieve results that once seemed impossible. Consistency beats intensity every time. When it comes to achieving greatness, it's not about one moment of brilliance or a short burst of effort. It's about showing up and doing the work day in and day out. The truth is, anyone can put in intense effort for a short period. Anyone can push hard for a week, a month, or even a year. But the people who truly achieve their dreams are the ones who stay consistent, who grind even when the excitement wears off, and who keep going long after others have quit. One of the biggest obstacles to consistency is the misconception that progress should be fast and flashy. People often think that success comes from dramatic transformations or overnight breakthroughs. They believe that if they're not achieving massive results quickly, they must be doing something wrong. But the truth is, most success stories are built on a foundation of patience and persistence. Progress is often slow and unglamorous, and it requires you to stay committed even when it feels like nothing is happening. Consistency requires discipline. It's not about doing what's easy or convenient. It's about doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. Consistency also requires focus. It's about staying locked in on your goals and not letting distractions pull you off course. In a world full of endless opportunities and competing priorities, it's easy to spread yourself too thin. But when you try to do everything, you end up accomplishing nothing. Consistency means narrowing your focus to the things that truly matter and giving them your full attention. It means saying no to the distractions, the shortcuts, and the shiny objects that promise quick wins but lead nowhere. It means saying no to the promise of a marriage. It means saying no to the drink. It means saying no to the debt. One of the most powerful aspects of consistency is its ability to compound over time. Small actions, repeated consistently, create exponential results. It's like planting a seed and watering it every day. At first, it may seem like nothing is happening. You might even wonder if it's worth the effort. But with time and patience, that seed begins to grow. Eventually, it blossoms into something far greater than you could have imagined. That's the power of consistency. It turns small, simple actions into extraordinary outcomes. Consistency isn't just about effort, it's also about mindset. It requires you to embrace the process and let go of the need for instant results. It's about focusing on the journey rather than fixating on the destination. When you're consistent, you learn to appreciate the small victories along the way. You find satisfaction in the daily grind and take pride in the effort you're putting in. This shift in perspective makes it easier to stay committed and keeps you motivated even when progress feels slow. Another key to consistency is building habits that support your goals. Habits are the building blocks of consistency. They take the decision making out of the equation and make it easier to stay on track. When something becomes a habit, it stops feeling like work. It starts feeling like a natural part of your routine. To build strong habits, start small and focus on one thing at a time. Consistency isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about making small, sustainable changes that add up over time. One of the biggest challenges of consistency is overcoming setbacks. No matter how committed you are, there will be times when life gets in the way. You might miss a day, face unexpected obstacles, or experience a dip in motivation. The key is not to let these setbacks derail you. Consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up more often than not. When you stumble, pick yourself up and get back on track as quickly as possible. It's the ability to keep going even after a misstep that makes all the difference. Consistency also requires resilience. There will be times when progress feels slow or non-existent, and it's easy to get discouraged. But success is rarely a straight line. It's a series of ups and downs, breakthroughs and setbacks. Consistency is what keeps you moving forward, even when the road is rough. It's what allows you to push through the tough times and come out stronger on the other side. One of the best ways to stay consistent is to track your progress. When you see how far you've come, it reinforces your commitment and gives you the motivation to keep going. Tracking your progress also helps you identify patterns and make adjustments as needed. It allows you to celebrate your wins no matter how small, and reminds you that every step forward is a step in the right direction. Consistency isn't just about effort. It's also about quality. It's not enough to show up and go through the motions. You need to be intentional about the work you're doing. Focus on doing your best, even when no one is watching. Commit to improving, even if it's just by 1% each day. Over time, those small improvements add up and set you apart from the competition. One of the greatest benefits of consistency is the confidence it builds. When you show up every day and put in the work, you prove to yourself that you're capable of staying committed. This confidence spills over into every area of your life and makes it easier to take on new challenges. Consistency also builds trust with yourself and with others. When people see that you're reliable and dependable, they're more likely to believe in you and support your goals. Consistency isn't easy, but it's worth it. It requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to embrace the grind. It's about committing to the long game and trusting that the effort you're putting in today will pay off tomorrow. It's about showing up even when it's hard and refusing to give up no matter how long the journey takes. Self-belief is the foundation of everything. Without it, you are building on shaky ground. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. If you don't trust your abilities, how can you expect to take risks, overcome obstacles, or push yourself beyond your limits? The world is filled with doubters, both external and internal. And the only way to silence them is to build an unshakable belief in your own potential. Self-belief isn't about thinking you're perfect or without flaws. It's about knowing deep down that you are capable of achieving your goals, no matter the challenges you face. Most people struggle with self-belief because they allow fear, doubt, and criticism to dominate their thoughts. They listen to the voice that says they're not good enough, smart enough, or talented enough. But this voice is a liar. It's a product of past experiences, failures, and the negative opinions of others. If you listen to that voice, you will never take the steps necessary to move forward. Instead, you need to replace that voice with the voice of possibility, the voice that says you can, even when the odds are stacked against you. That voice comes from within. It comes from recognizing your strength, your resilience, and your determination to make your dreams a reality. Building self-belief starts with understanding that you are enough just as you are. There's no need to wait until you're perfect or ready. You already have everything inside of you to succeed. The key is to stop seeking approval from others and start trusting your own instincts and decisions. The moment you realize that your worth isn't dependent on anyone else's opinion is the moment you unlock true self-belief. It's about accepting yourself, flaws and all, and knowing that you are capable of growing, learning, and adapting along the way. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen your belief in yourself is to take action, even when you're scared. Fear is normal, but it's not a reason to stop. If you wait for fear to go away, you'll never move. Belief grows through experience. The more you challenge yourself, the more you prove to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you build confidence. And every small victory, no matter how insignificant it may seem, adds fuel to your belief. Over time, you begin to realize that you're more capable than you once thought. Another way to develop self-belief is to surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. Your environment plays a huge role in how you see yourself. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity or people who don't believe in your potential, it's harder to maintain belief in yourself. On the other hand, when you connect with people who inspire you, challenge you, and support your vision, your belief in yourself grows exponentially. Find mentors, friends, and allies who remind you of your worth and your potential, and distance yourself from those who drain your energy. Self-belief also requires a mindset shift. Instead of focusing on everything that could go wrong, start focusing on what could go right. Instead of thinking about your failures, think about your successes, no matter how small. It's easy to get caught up in the negative, but this mindset shift allows you to focus on solutions instead of problems. When you believe in yourself, you start seeing opportunities everywhere. You start seeing challenges as chances to grow, not as roadblocks. You start to take calculated risks because you trust that you will handle whatever comes your way. The moment you shift your mindset from doubt to belief is the moment everything changes. Self-belief is also about knowing that setbacks don't define you. It's a lesson, not a final judgment. You understand that one failure doesn't mean you're not capable. It means you found one way that doesn't work, and now you have the chance to try again, smarter and stronger than before. When you take responsibility for your life and your actions, self-belief strengthens. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity, the right conditions, or someone else to give you permission. Everything you need to succeed is already inside of you. The more you take ownership of your decisions, the more you build confidence in your ability to shape your own destiny. The truth is, no one can achieve your dreams for you. You don't want to have to show up, do the work, and take the risks. The moment you embrace that responsibility is the moment you realize how powerful you truly are. Visualization is another powerful tool in building self-belief. Picture yourself achieving your goals in vivid detail. Imagine the feelings of accomplishment, pride, and fulfillment that will come with reaching your dreams. Your mind starts to align with your actions, and you start to take steps toward that vision, no matter how daunting they may seem. Your past does not determine your future. Many people struggle with self-belief because they're haunted by past mistakes, failures, or negative experiences. But your past is not a prophecy. It's simply a series of lessons. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by the choices you make today. Every day is an opportunity to redefine yourself, to take new actions, and to move closer to your goals. When you believe that you have the power to change, you stop being limited by what has happened before and start focusing on what's possible now. You must also acknowledge that self-belief isn't something that's automatically built overnight. It's a practice. It's something that you nurture every day. Just as you work on your physical strength, you have to work on your mental and emotional strength. Every challenge you face, every setback you encounter is an opportunity to reinforce your belief in yourself. Be patient with yourself and trust the process. Even when you feel like you're not making progress, keep going. Self-belief is like a muscle. It gets stronger with repetition. Remember, the most successful people in the world weren't always the most talented or the most qualified. They were the ones who believed in themselves when no one else did. They were the ones who kept going when the odds were against them. And they were the ones who trusted that their effort and persistence would eventually pay off. Self-belief is the key that unlocks the door to all of your dreams. When you believe in yourself, you create the possibility for anything to happen.